So we had a ripper morning on the bait fish. The way we run, it's just consistently putting fresh bait out, and that's, boy, right rigger. Coming tight.
We're here at Ribbon Reef number 5. We've had 6 bites today. One was probably about 400 or 500 pounds. Shorty strip is one of my favourite trips of the year. Not only he's a good mate, but you know, he's great for the industry and he just absolutely loves it. The boys that he brings along froth it as well. It's like just going fishing with your mates, which is what it's all about to me.
We're going to name that entree.
It's just good to be back on, definitely not solid ground, but I don't know what you'd call it, but it's definitely not solid ground. Solid crew, not solid ground.
We're one of the best fisheries on the planet. I just love being on a good boat, first of all, that's comfortable in this weather, with people that just love being out here making memories with their best mates and having a laugh the entire time. We're at a great young crew. We got one of Australia's best, Captain Klein at the helm, and we're here for a good time, not a long time.
Downstairs might look like I'm just going in and out willy-nilly up on the reef, but I'm actually not. I'm hitting all the points and little bommies and stuff that over the 7 years I've been driving, I've sort of worked out where they are and where the marlin like to live, so I'm sort of hitting those spots until I either mark them or get a bite, then I just pepper it until I annoy them enough that they have to bite. That's how we do it.
Oh, that's a good one. Great ball.
The bait fishing up here is super important. We're 40 days into our season. I haven't had to run a frozen bait yet, so it's also awesome for the clients.
Oh, they're off.
Hang on, the wrong grabber! At me again! Yeah, I'm getting, I'll get this side. I'm getting burnt out. The seakeeper's out. There isn't enough WD-40 in Cape York to get this thing going.
One of my good mates who actually, I can see him out there on the horizon, he bought a assegai through Short Marine earlier this year. His lifelong dream was to come up here and fish on his own boat, and he's doing it. The Short boys have helped make that happen. It's just such a beautiful place up here. The boys woke up and jumped straight in the water for a little bit of a swim, dust off the hangover. The standard Pursuit of Giants game fishing program is we pull the anchor up at about 7:10 and we're going to fish till 6 o'clock tonight. Today we did a few activities. We went and caught a bunch of queenfish, which are probably my favourite bait up here on the reef. And the marlin love them and the chop-offs don't, so it's not all about catching giant marlins. The boys were frothing on doing a bit of stick baiting, so went to a little spot of mine and actually got some ginormosaurus coral trout, big dino trouts, like fish of a lifetime kind of stuff.
Oh! Oh, got half.
The young fellas down there, they're working hard, but you know, you get to reap the benefits of your hard work when you're catching fish. Even though I haven't been down in the pit for a few years, I did 10 seasons as a crewman, so I sort of fast tracking their learning experience by showing them all the tricks that I was taught when I was crewing, and then they can put their little twist on it. just need to wait for a nice big one to come and stretch Riley's arms, I reckon. You never know how big the next fish is going to be, whether it's going to be a 250 pounder or a 1200 pounder. That's why this place is so incredible.
Grabbing the leader on the big ones, it's something you can't really describe until you do it. It's the feeling of locking your knees under the gunnel and you're literally playing tug of war with the fish. There's no gears or no drag or anything. It's you and your bare hands with the fish, and to witness and experience that, that's why we do it.
We got a big scaly on the big bait side on the left there, and then we got Queenie out on the centre and a nice big fresh scat on the right rigger. Current plays a massive part in the tides up here, so you know where the current's hitting, where the bait's going to sit, and if the water's nice, the marlin will be there eventually. And we let the fish go super healthy, and us game fishermen, you know, care as much about the Great Barrier Reef as anyone. Hopefully it keeps happening for another 50 years.
I've been told from guys that have fished here before, it's the hardest work in the world you're gonna do. People are coming from all over the world to fish here, fish with us. The least we can do is try to make everything as perfect as possible. That's what's gonna make the difference when you hook that big one. You definitely know you're alive when you're connected to one of those things.
It's so unique in the way you can do it up here. As rough as it is, there's always a beautiful spot you can pull in, and it's 100% a bucket list item.
You can read all the magazines, read all the articles, but until you're here and actually do it, like, you'll understand, you know, how special this place is.
Another year and a lot of great memories made.
The fishing's a byproduct of just coming up here and just having a great time with your mates, and you really get to unwind and relax, so you just really take in the moments that you make out here. We're really lucky this year to get some, you know, really good sized coral trout. Shorty caught one that was, you know, prehistoric. The most amazing dental work I've ever seen on that fish.
We dominated in the marlin side of things once again, and we had Halloween on the boat this year too, which we rafted up with Ryan, who we sold a sports fisher 4 or 5 months ago too, and he's already done 700 hours in the boat, and hopefully we're rafting up to 2 or 3 more next year, and over the years start to see a few Vikings and Valhallas and Grady Whites up here as well. Outside the fishing, it was an absolute ball, and that's why we say big nights, big fish. You're here for a good time, not a long time.